While everything else was going on in the news, Donald Trump canceled a trip that he was supposed to leave for this weekend to Poland. The president said that he isn't going because of the hurricane that is bearing down on the east coast of Florida. One of the consequences of Trump canceling this trip is not just that Trump won't be in Poland meeting with the president of Poland, but he also was set to meet on this trip with the president of Ukraine. That was the plan. But now that meeting is canceled too. And that may be just the way it goes. A hurricane shows up and you call off your meetings with the president of Poland and the president of Ukraine. Or it might be more consequential than that. Ukraine, of course, is the country that Russia invaded in 2014 and from which Russia seized the part of Ukraine that is Crimea. It was the first time since World War II that the borders of a country in Europe were changed by outside military force. In response to Russia invading and seizing Crimea and waging a low-grade war in eastern Ukraine ever since, Western nations, led by the United States, took steps to punish Russia. There were strict new sanctions against the Russian oil and gas industry, for example, that really hurt the country's fragile economy. The G8 countries decided they would become the G7 instead, kicking Russia and Putin out. The U.S. Congress passed a military aid package for Ukraine to help them resist Russian military aggression. All of that happened after Russia invaded Ukraine in 2014 under President Barack Obama. And then, over the last few days, we've seen the current president, Donald Trump, repeatedly and insistently argue that Russia should be let back in to the G7, even though the reason they were kicked out was Ukraine. And what Russia's doing to Ukraine hasn't changed at all. And Politico.com reported this week that Trump has also blocked the delivery of military aid to Ukraine. That military aid that was passed into law by Congress. It's the very same military aid for Ukraine that was supposed to help, quote, keep Russia at bay. And yet Donald Trump has reportedly been slow walking it all year. And now, if he keeps blocking the Ukraine aid through the end of next month, through the end of September, the money will disappear for the year. And you know who would love that? Russia. Maybe it's all completely coincidental. I mean, there really is a monster storm coming, but it is all happening at once, and it all has consequences. It just happened to be very good for Vladimir Putin, who Donald Trump just keeps pleasing and appeasing for whatever reason. We'll be right back.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.